protest action is expected this morning against farm killings. The march will start from Montana in Pretoria and go to the Union buildings. Farmers say government is failing to urgently address murders and attacks on farms. Our reporter Sipha Kema is in Pretoria and joins us now. Sipha, very good morning to you. I can see the bikes are set and ready right behind you. Clearly, farmers want their voices to be heard. Let's talk about what's happening there.
That is correct. I mean, over the past week and months, we've seen farmers coming out, of course, saying they're putting a stop to farm killing, fighting against farm killing, and not only that, but also getting involved in murder cases that involve farm killing. But we know that these farm killings are things that have been happening over the years. But now it seems as though we're seeing the farmers finally take a stand to say enough is enough. I mean, just a month ago, we witnessed bikers, of course, such as these ones, who actually rode from different parts of Gauteng as far as out as Carltonville, riding out to the Union buildings against the farm murders. But we're going to speak to the organizer now, Kali Roo, and he's going to tell us more about this. Kali, thank you so much for joining us. Now, of course, we know that this is something that has been happening over the past years, but now we're finally seeing the farmers standing up and, of course, getting their voices heard.
Yeah, I think, thank you very much for everybody that pitching here today, the bikers, the motor vehicles. This is our second farm protest, peaceful protest here in Pretoria. I think this is the time that we need to stand up and stand together. Our voice needs to be heard in South Africa against these brutal, senseless farm murders that took place in South Africa, and we say enough is enough. This needs to stop immediately. It can't continue. We need the people, we need the President, Mr. Cyril Ramaphosa, to stand up and acknowledge these farm murders and also to condemn these farm murders, because we need to stop this. It can't continue like it's continuing. Suddenly people are getting brutally murdered, and that is unacceptable for us.
Thank you so much, Kali. Paul, that's Kali Roo, but of course, this is not the end. We're still going to continue throughout the day. As you mentioned before, this is going to be a slow drive between these cars, the bikes, tractors are here, and they're making their way all the way to the Union building, stopping traffic along the way because they're saying that they want their voices heard and that enough is enough. It needs to end now.
Sipha, we saw Police Minister Bekele last month visiting farmers and hosting some sort of debate, and we also know that farm murders and attacks dominated a parliament debate with the opposition party saying that the Police Minister has failed the farming community by disbanding localized patrol units and so forth. Let's talk a little bit now about the impact that this has had on the livelihoods of farmers and you know, ensuring that they continue to do their work and contribute in terms of farming and also stay safe.
Well, of course, the last protest we attended, for when we spoke to some of the farmers, of course, who were worried, they were saying that some actually are already selling their farms and packing up because they fear for their lives. Now, of course, that is going to be an issue and a problem should farmers decide to pack up and stop farming, as we need the agriculture that they provide, of course, to sustain South Africa, to ensure that food security is safe. But if there are no farmers, then I guess that means, you know, it's going to be a problem to the economy, of course, as we know that we're exporting fruits rather, exporting vegetables as well, poultry, livestock as a whole, of course. So we spoke to one young lady, and she was saying that her father, of course, was brutally murdered on the farm. The family decided then to actually pack up and leave at that point and also sell the farm. No one is living on the farm, it's vacant. So imagine if across South Africa, this happens to all the farms. Now, something to mention, I'm not only seeing, of course, white people here, I'm also seeing some black farmers who are also concerned of their lives as well, because their farms are also targeted at some point.
Very well. Let's leave it there for now. Of course, this is a process that we will be monitoring. But before we do actually say goodbye to you, Sipha, just tell us exactly what the farmers are expecting to do when they reach the union buildings.
Well, when they get to the union buildings, of course, there's a gate there. You also see the fencing around the union building. That's where they're going to take the crosses that you see. They're going to put them up there, put the posters up there as well. There's actually a vehicle that is leading the march, the motorcade rather, and that vehicle has a system, of course, this is where they're going to talk, but they haven't mentioned any handing over of a memorandum as of yet. But what they want to do is to actually just raise awareness and also ensure that this campaign continues throughout the year until their voices are heard, until they see a difference, of course, and what they're saying, that they want government to act. They want government to say, stop murder.
Well, let's leave it there for now. Our reporter Sipha Kema joining us in Pretoria as the protesters rev up their bikes, saying that they want to march against farm killings. Enough is enough. They're going to be starting from Montana in Pretoria and then head to the union buildings. We will continue to keep a close eye on that show of protests with our reporter Sipha Kema.